Hi, welcome back. A great way to start your practice, or something to do even just when your mind is feeling kind of scattered, is a balancing pose, a standing balancing pose. So if you're not already standing, I invite you to come up, stand anywhere on your mat, mid-mat, doesn't matter, front of the mat, back of the mat. And tree pose is a really common balancing pose in yoga, so we were going to try and practice tree pose today. So bring your hands onto your hips, and shift the weight foot to foot. We'll wake up the feet, wake up the brain, preparing to take all the weight, shift it all the way over into your left foot. We'll come up onto the ball of the right toe. So lifting that right heel up, pivot that right leg out to the side, and your right heel may land on your left ankle. Check in with the left hip. It's kind of common or easy to collapse into that standing hip, that left hip. So you want to keep the pelvis nice and level here. Now, here already is an expression of tree. It's feeling a little bit unsteady already. You can stay here, or if you like, you're feeling kind of steady, you want to lift up that right foot, bring it to the side of your calf. Find something to focus on across from you, something that's not moving. And you can also change the expression of your hands or your arms. So they can stay in the hips, they can come in front of your heart. You can take those arms overhead. You can grow your branches. Good. So not only are we practicing our balance, but we're also developing concentration. That's why it's important to have a focal point to look at. And practice with your roots, your foot firmly planted, so your trunk, your branches, and your leaves can bloom. Good. One more good breath here. And then we'll float those hands back down through heart center, catch the hips, pivot that right leg forward, stretch it out and hold there for a moment or two. Good, and then bring that right foot down. Pedal the feet out a little bit before switching to the other side. Now while my weight is going into my right foot, I'll lift up that left heel, pivot the left ankle, landing on the right heel. Check in that right hip, we're not collapsing there, so the pelvis, try to maintain that steadiness here, and perhaps bringing that foot up to the side of the calf, changing the arm expression, and you can express your tree different from one side to the other. The more you practice balance poses, the more you'll notice how it changes day to day. This can also help you start the morning with a collected mind or calm your mind at the end of a stressful day. Good job. And when you're ready, float those hands back down towards the hips, pivot that leg forward, stretch it out, and we're holding 2. Good, and bring it down, pedal it out. Now if you're not already, you may come back towards the back of your mat. Just slide the hands down, take them out, come into tabletop position onto your hands and your knees. We're going to step the left foot towards the top of your mat, and you may need to use your hand to help guide it up a little further. If your back knee is sensitive, you roll up the side of your mat. We're here in a kneeling lunge. Feel like you're kind of sinking down or forward, find a little bit more opening here. Hands are down for support. We'll keep that right hand down. Inhale to sweep that left arm up, coming into a twist. So introducing this rotation over towards your left. Good, bring that left hand back down. Shift your weight back and lift up those front toes. Maybe you want to bring that left foot back even a little bit more. Whoa, runner's lunge, so good on that hamstring. Well done, and then bring that left foot sole down. We're going to switch to the other side. Any way you need to, sending that left knee back and then stepping forward with the right foot. Knees guided a little bit further forward. How's that back knee? Does it need something? And those back toes, totally up to you how you feel steadier, whether the toes are curled under or if you have your toenails on the mat. First, we're just sinking down, kind of forward a little bit. Good, keeping your left hand down on the mat. Inhale to sweep that right arm out, twisting to the right. hand back down, shift the weight back, and pick up those front toes. Good, we'll send that knee back. We're going to come into Malasana, Yogi Squat, or you might come up into Goddess Legs, and I'll show you what that looks like. But if Malasana is okay for you, bringing your foot soles to the mat, the seated drop down, hands in front of heart center in that prayer position. The elbows will drive the knees out. We're actually going to shift a little bit first. Actually, we're putting the hands down. I'm just shifting a little bit side to side, find a little bit more opening in the hips. If this is not available to you, you're up here. I'll call them Goddess Legs or kind of horse pose. And same thing, even if you're up here, you'll shift a little bit side to side. So we're not still holding it just yet. Exploring sensation in the hips. And then when you're ready, holding your Malasana. Or you're up in your horse pose. Good job. Yogi squat, one more breath. Good, from wherever you are, we're going to bring the hands down. And if it's okay for you to sit back in the Japanese, where your toes are on your mat, your toenails are on your mat, and then sit back, or sit cross-legged. We're going to do some cat-cow, seated cat-cow. If you're okay to sit like this, nice top of the foot stretch, but totally fine if you want to sit cross-legged, or maybe one leg is slightly in front of the other. Hands onto your thighs. Exhale, scoop the rounding the back around. Belly button coming towards your spine. Inhale, I'll get this together. Inhale, chest and gaze come forward. Exhale, scoop out. Rounding the back, and then inhale, come forward. Hands are sliding back and forth on your thighs. Good, we're going to finish here, chest pushing forward, hands are kind of pulling back. Good, relax, and then we're going to come into a bound angle position. So from wherever you are, bring your foot soles to the mat. Let those knees fall out to the sides. And just like in our Malasana, or if you're in Goddess kind of horse position, we're going to rock a little bit side to side, okay, a little bit. Find a little bit more opening, maybe in the hips, exploring here. As you're doing that, you see that your seat is lifting side to side. See if you can scoot your seat a little closer towards your heels. That was sneaky. Good. Once you find that first point of resistance, we're going to cross your arms and then gently guide those knees up, maybe a little bit further. Well done. Release your hands. Draw your knees together. We're going to lower to the back. You either come down this way, if that's okay for you, or roll onto your side and then come onto your back. And hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Hands in front of your knee, behind your thigh, whatever you want, whatever's available to you. Good. Stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling. If you can take a grip behind your leg, hold on to something, great. Otherwise, arms can rest beside you. And pull that right leg back towards your face. Good, we're going to bicycle that leg. So stretch it away from you, bend the knee, and bring it in towards the chest. It's like you're riding your bicycle. For 4 more. Next time leg is up, we're going to change that direction, okay? So bending to the knee, did I get that right? And then pushing the leg away from you, scooping it up. 4 more. And 1. Good. Release that right foot sole down. Bring the left knee in. I didn't talk about it on the first side. I kept my other leg bent on that first side. You have permission though, if you want to extend it long. Just notice what it does on the back and the pelvis.
And then straightening that left leg up towards the ceiling, maybe holding behind the leg somewhere. Releasing the hands so we can bicycle that leg. Send it straight down and away, bend the knees and up. 3 more. Hands up, we're going to change that direction. Bend the knee into the chest and push the leg away, scoop it back up. And 1. Good. Stretch those legs. Take your arms overhead. Point your toes away. Pull your toes back towards your face. Flip-flop between those for 4, 3, 2, good job, 1, and then rotate the ankles. Change the directions of those rotations. Good, and release your arms. You can stay here in relaxation if you have time for that. If you're going to get moving, come onto one side and push your way up. There it is, your little yoga break for the day. It doesn't take much, but I hope you're feeling a little better in your body. There's a lot of hip opening. If you've been sitting a lot previous to this, that might feel good for the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.